Hi everyone and welcome back. Today, as the sun's coming out, summer's arriving finally, I thought it'd be a nice day to make muffins because they're perfect to take on picnics. They're just nice to have, why not? Now these are going to be chocolate chips, but you can change the chocolate chips out from blueberries, bananas, strawberries, anything you want really. Now if you've ever made muffins before and the filling sinks to the bottom, we're going to be addressing that, so don't worry. That will not be happening today. Fingers crossed. Let's take a look at the ingredients we're going to need. 225 grams of self-raising flour, 150 grams of caster sugar, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 225 ml of soy milk, 110 ml of oil, and 75 grams of vegan chocolate chips. The first thing we're going to be doing is lining our trays with cases. Now mine are quite small, more like cupcakes really. If you want to use muffins, that's absolutely fine, you just won't get as many obviously. Okay, this is a nice and simple recipe. Everything's just going into one bowl. And we're just going to add all the ingredients to one bowl, apart from your chocolate chips or fruit, whatever you're using. Don't add that yet. We'll explain later. Before we get started, we're going to preheat your oven to 200 degrees. Okay, so we're just going to add the flour, followed by the sugar. Baking powder next. Next in is your soy milk. And the oil. Now we're just going to give that a nice mix around. If it's looking a bit too liquidy, you can add a bit more flour, don't worry. It's going to take a little while to get the lumps out, so just keep stirring and stirring. Okay, so once it's mixed, it should be not too thick, but not too runny. So if it's too runny, add a bit more flour and stir it again. Now we're going to add the next bit, which is either the chocolate or the fruit. So if you've ever made a muffin before and it's going well, it looks delicious, and you got to open it, and then everything's just stuck at the bottom. So you've got a layer of either chocolate or fruit, and then you've got cake. And there is some in the cake, but it's not perfect. So what we're going to do now, this happens because whatever you're putting in is heavier than the mixture itself, so it just is going to sink. So we're going to be using chocolate chips. Now if they're too big you can cut them, but ours should be alright. We are going to be adding them all to a bowl and coating them in a bit of flour first. That should hopefully stop them from just turning into a big block of chocolate at the bottom. So we'll add them all into this bowl here. Feel free to eat any on the way. And then once you've done that, we're going to add it to the main ingredients, and we're just going to fold it in gently. So I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you how I like to fold in. So I go around the outside, and then I just go fold it through the middle. So round the outside and through the middle. Round the outside and through the middle. And we're just going to gently mix them all in so they're nice and mixed around. We don't want to fold too much because that's where the flour will start to lose all its air. Okay, simple as that. And all we need to do now is add it into the cake cases. Okay, nice and simple. We're just going to take a spoon and we're going to use another spoon to slide it out into the cases. Just like so. Don't put too much on this spoon, otherwise it's going to spill everywhere. It'll go on the sides and that'll burn. We don't want that to happen. So we're just going to half fill them for now, and then whatever's left at the end we're going to use that as well. Because of course they are going to rise, so. And there they are, ready to go in. I did make a bit of a mess, but don't worry about it, it's fine. Into the oven they go for 20 minutes, but keep an eye on them after about 15. Okay, it's been 20 minutes and they're all ready. I'm not too sure what happened to this little guy over here. He didn't quite want to rise as well as the rest of them did, as you can see. But that sometimes happens, don't worry about it. So the only thing left to do now is try it. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so we're gonna eat the little guy, and he has actually got 2 cases on. Must be looking. It didn't quite work out that well. Okay, so let's take a look. The first thing we're going to look at is if there's chocolate at the bottom. There shouldn't be, and there isn't. Nice and spread out. Whew, it's still a bit warm because it just came out the oven. The only thing now to do, of course, is to try it. Yummy. That's all I can say, really. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you've made them yourself. Let me know how they turned out. Hopefully they turned out perfect. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.